Okay, we are finishing up week 1 of learning our R-controlled vowel sounds. So let's get our brains warmed up by reviewing some old sounds that we have struggled with. Repeat after me. O-L-D, old. O-L-T, olt. O-S-T, oast. I-L-D, ild. I-N-D, ind. Okay, somebody raise your hand. We've worked on it for 5 straight days. Who can tell me these glued sounds are what syllable type? What type of syllable do we have when we have these sounds in our word? Yes, these are closed exception. These vowels look like they should be closed in by the ending letters, and they should say the short vowel sound, except we know it's an exception because they will say its name. All right, let's go ahead and review all of our suffixes. Here we go. Repeat after me. N-E-S-S, ness. I-S-H, ish. E-N-N. A-B-L-E, able. S, z. E-S, es. E-D, ed, d, t. E-R, I-N-G, ing. E-S-T, est. F-U-L, full. L-E-S-S, less. M-E-N-T, meant. All right, now let's take one more look at our R-controlled sounds. Remember, we are concentrating on these 3 because they have something in common, and I'm going to ask you in just a minute what these 3 have in common. Here we go. Say it with me. A-R, car, R. O-R, horn, or. E-R, her, I-R, bird, U-R, burn, Okay, I told you I would ask you what these all have in common. These 3 have something in common. Raise your hand if you can tell me what all 3 of those R-controlled vowels have in common. That's right, they say the same sound. Each one of these says what sound? They all say Very good. Okay, today we are going to practice reading our word of the day cards. So Miss Hembry is going to review these words with you. She is going to flash them. It is not our flashcard game yet. We will get to play that after we finish everything today with our trick words. However, you are going to read each card. Great job. Okay, now I have some word of the days that I want you to try to remember. So your very first word is this word. Raise your hand if you can remember that word of the day. That word of the day is predict. Everybody say predict. Okay, here's your next one. Raise your hand if you can read my word of the day. Okay, that word is handful. Everybody say handful. Okay, your next word of the day is, Raise your hand if you can read my word of the day. My word of the day is harm. Very good. Everybody say harm. Your next one is, raise your hand if you can read my word. Yep, that word is squirm. Go ahead and say squirm. Okay, your next word of the day is, raise your hand if you can read my word. It is reptile. Very good. Everybody say reptile. Last one. Raise your hand if you can read my word. Yes, it is forbid. Everybody say forbid. Great job. Okay, I want you to take a look at my words, and I'm going to ask you some questions about my words. So you're going to have to think about it. Do not shout it out. If you have an answer as to which word my clue describes, I want you to raise your hand. Here we go. Can you find a word that has R sound? Can you find a word that has R sound? You should have said harm, because when I break this word apart, arm, I hear the R sound. Good job. Find the word that has or sound. Find the word that has or sound. You should have said forbid, because when I break this word apart, or bid, that has the or sound in it. Find a word that is an animal. Find a word that is an animal. You should have said reptile, because a reptile is a type of animal. Okay, last one. Find the word that has sound. Find the word that has sound. You should have said squirm, because when I break that word down, squirm, it has the sound. Very good. All right, now we are going to practice one more time writing our trick words. So I need everybody to stand up. Your job will be to skywrite your word, write your word on your hand, and then squat down and write the word on the floor. You are going to have to do all three, and then you stand back up and I'll know you're ready. Your first word is picture. Go ahead and skywrite the word, then write it in your hand, and then spell it on the ground. Your next word is learn. Go ahead and skywrite, write it in your hand, and then write it on the ground. And your last word is earth. You know the routine. Skywrite, hand, and on the ground. Okay, great job. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to have a little quiz. We're going to see how much you have learned in these last 5 days about the R-controlled sounds that say the same sound. Okay, so Miss Hembry will hand you your paper. Please write your name at the top. Once your name is at the top, you are then going to write 4 sounds. After you write 4 sounds, I'm going to give you 2 review words, words that you had before the break. Then I'm going to give you 2 current words, words that are going to have the E-R-I-R-U-R sound. Then I'm going to give you 2 of those trick words that we just practiced writing, and then I'm going to give you a sentence.